Welcome back to the dumbest guy in the room. Today, I had the privilege of sitting down and having a conversation with one of Philadelphia's best striking MMA fighters. My man was born and assembled and still today lives in West Philadelphia. He is apparently part of the Nephilim bloodline. Brother's 6'10". He didn't get the height, but he definitely got the hands. Today, he really opens up about his past, how he grew up, what shaped him, how he fell in love with mixed martial arts, and what it's done for his life to improve and make sure that he has a purpose. So if you like this, there's a lot more to come, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because you don't want to miss it, man. There's a lot more stories that are going to be rolling out. So with that being said, I want to welcome Wild Mike.
Wait, Mike, dude, Wild Mike. I appreciate you coming on here, dude, and you know, I got to know you a little bit over the past year. Got to hang out with you, see you in the gym and outside the gym, just to, you know, see your character. And, you know, last time I seen you, you said, hey, after I win this fight, have me on and teach me a little. And I'll tell you how I got the name Wild Mike. I'm a little scared to ask that question, but if to start this thing off, man, just for anybody that's listening that does not know you, or maybe that does, but you know, may not know exactly where you came from. Just explain a little bit about who you are, what it is that you do, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, well, I'm Michael Kennedy, nicknamed Wild Mike in the cage, and to other like MMA friends and fans. I grew up in West Philadelphia, single mom. I have an older brother who plays basketball and a little sister who also played basketball. So, well, we pretty much did a bunch of sports growing up, though. Like my mom, if we weren't in school, we were playing the sport. But my brother was solely basketball. He went overseas and played ball. Played ball at Villanova, college in Dallas, called SMU. My sister, she danced, played basketball. What else did she do? She did a bunch of stuff growing up too, and including me. I did football, basketball, baseball. I fought, and fighting is this thing that stuck with me. Stuck the longest. Yeah.
So you said you had it was a single mom in West Philly, dude. I mean, 3 kids to be able to do all them sports. I mean, I don't know. Do you have any kids right now?
I have one. I have a son. Yeah.
Okay, so you have one son. I have 3 kids. And getting those 3 kids, and I'm married with my wife, who one that primarily does that stuff. But to get those kids to all them sporting events, dude's like nearly impossible. So kudos to your mom for keeping you guys.
Yeah, it was definitely not the easiest thing. One thing that I'm pretty sure helped a lot was the fact my older brother, he's 6 years older than me. So
Okay.
by the time whereas like she has to take me somewhere, like he's old enough to get on the bus at this time. Cause like if I'm 7 doing something, he's already 13, 14. He can go catch the SEPTA or something. But my mom me playing football, my sister, she also cheerleaded, but she cheered for the football team I was with. So me and my sister, we're going to the same spot.
Okay.
And then my brother, like his basketball coaches are like uncles to us now. They're family pretty much. So like, shoot, maybe they'll come pick him up or they'll meet him somewhere. Like we were always like our village was so tight knit. Like even the coaches, they were family.
Okay, so yeah, a nice community around you, which is another thing in Philadelphia, man. It's not I don't think that's very common, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It may be. I'm not really, you know, me growing up there. I grew up in Northeast Philadelphia, a lot different than West Philadelphia, obviously. But you know, I went to public school and I didn't go to school. I was in Catholic school, got kicked out, and then had to go to public school. I went to Washington and basically walked in and out the back door. So tell me a little bit about your growing up. Was football kind of like, you said you were fighting too. Were you fighting in high school? Like, were you fighting since that?
So fighting is like training, yeah, but I wasn't getting into fights. I got into 2 fights in high school, but nothing public, like locker room fights. So like no video, there's no video of it, and like other people and outside the people that were in the locker room, no one knew about it. So that was probably it. So I also got kicked out of my high school, but not because of fighting or anything. It's just I was a lazy student. So the end of the school year rolls around, my sophomore year, and it's just like, yeah, you're not invited back for your junior year. They're like, if you go somewhere else and do better, maybe you can come back for your senior year, but you can't come back for your junior year.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's basically what happened with me. Is I was very lazy, which is crazy now, dude. Because all I do is like I'm constantly learning and reading, and trying to understand things. But back then, it was I didn't want nothing to do with it.
My laziness came from like once I left that building, I wanted nothing to do with school. Inside of the building, I was fine. Like I could keep up with classwork and I'll do all that. But once I left that building, it was just like, okay, bye. Like I'm done. No more schoolwork.
So you said you got in like 2 fights at school and you were training. At what age? Well, let me ask you, how old are you now? Like,
29.
so you're 29 years old. And when did you first walk into a MMA gym, or what style did you kind of go to first?
My first time walking into an MMA gym, I was 19 or 20. I think I was 19. That was my first time walking into an MMA gym, but I started Taekwondo when I was either 13 or 14. And before that, I was boxing when I was 9 at my local rec center. So I started boxing, then I stopped boxing for a little bit, went into Taekwondo, and I've stuck with Taekwondo all the way up until MMA took like a president, because like it was just like Taekwondo is just Taekwondo. And I'm sorry, but like all the Taekwondo guys I know, if you're pure Taekwondo, you can't wrestle. We couldn't wrestle.
Yeah. I mean, you hear that from a lot of even though some of the most famous fighters got into one or the other. As far as even Joe Rogan talks about it all the time. I don't know if you listen to him at all, but he talks about how he is kickboxing this and then walks into a jujitsu gym and was like, "Holy shit! I can't fight. I can't fight at all."
World. Yeah. That's exactly
Which,
how I felt leaving Taekwondo and coming to MMA. Like I thought, like, okay, well, the striking, I got it down. We're good. I can handle myself here. And the moment someone grabbed my leg or clenched with me, it was a completely different world. That day I couldn't get them off me. No matter how hard I pushed them or tried to run, they were attached to my body. I was on the floor, and then without any like knowledge, good luck getting back up. The fight's over from there.
so it's been about 20 years, obviously, since you started actually training boxing all the way up until now.
Yeah.
So what was it about MMA that just kind of stuck with you? Like,
it was a complete fight. It was a boxing, is linear, like Taekwondo. There's more to it. It's still linear. Even MMA, obviously, there's some things that we can't do because of rule set, but it's definitely the most complete fight. So I wanted to be a complete fighter.
Okay. And then, so when you started training MMA, where'd you start training? Was there somewhere near where you were at, or do you still live in West Philly?
Yeah, I still live in West. It wasn't anywhere here. It was a spot in like North Philly, like Germantown area. So some dude that my mom knew, and the gym it sucked. He had me doing so like I didn't know it, obviously, because like I'm just leaving Taekwondo going to MMA. So like a lot of the stuff that we were doing was just like bullshit. It was just like, and up until I got into a real MMA gym, that I realized I was training bullshit for the past couple of months. And then my real MMA, the first real MMA gym I started at was Balance Studios with the McLaurice brothers.
Okay, I've heard of Balance.
Yeah.
And is that where you started to fight? Was that when you took your first fight?
I took my first fighting from Out of Balance with Phil and Rick.
Okay. Yeah. And how old were you?
My first fight, I was 21.
So 21. So you've been fighting for about 8 years now.
Yeah.
So that first fight, dude, I don't know. I think I would remember it. But your very first fight, dude, well. Like the whole atmosphere, like walk me through like what it was to you, to actually do the walkout, open that cage and get in there, and what.
So this is my first time ever having to cut weight. First of all, because it was at 85, so I had no idea what I was doing with that. But my good friend Eugene Aubrey, he was right there in my corner, helped me out with that, cutting weight, getting my weight down. So I had no clue on how to do that. Miles Lee was also there helping me out. So I finally get the weight down. I cut weight. the flyers go out, and I still remember this. Somebody DM me, was like, "Yo, I be seeing your opponent running on the boulevard all the time. Like, good luck on your fight." And that scared the absolute shit out of me. I was just like, "Whoa, this dude is like training also." I'm like, I'm about to get in there with another person ready to like beat me up. I'm not the only person getting into a fight that's like been training, so he's also been getting ready. We in the back, and there was a couple people from my team at Balance at the time that was fighting, so we're all back there warming up. I'm obviously pretty nervous. The dude at the weigh-ins just like staring at me, just like stone face, and I'm just like, this dude's gonna kick my ass. So like, luckily I had some Taekwondo tournaments, so like the nerves weren't too bad. It's like, yeah, it's my first MMA fight, but not my first time ever like competing in a combat sport. And I remember getting ready to walk out to go fight. I was the first fight of the night. And Joe Pfeiffer at the time, my teammate over at Balance, he calls me like, Mike, turn around, he was like, if you lose, I'm never talking to you again. I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, so like, this is so much pressure for me. Like, it's my first fight. So I walk down, and I get ready to get into the cage, and they ask me where my mouthpiece is. And I turn around to my corner to look for my mouthpiece, and they don't have it. They left it upstairs in the locker room. So they had to run back. They go get my mouthpiece. That was just more nerves just packing on. Like, everyone's just staring at me now. Finally get to the cage. The dude is like crouched down, like how John Jones is. I'm just like, he's cool, calm, and collected. This is about to be difficult. I'm so nervous. Announces both of us. He goes, fighter, the ref goes, fighter, are you ready? Fighter, are you ready? Let's go. And I think I threw 2 or 3 punches before the Taekwondo boxer turned into a complete wrestler. I grappled the entire first and second round. And the third round, I remember sitting in the corner getting ready to go out for the third round. Eugene was like, bro, let your hands go. Like, you gotta start striking. Like, you've been wrestling, you're winning the fight, you're up 2, but let your hands go now. So that's your base. So I finally went out there. We start moving. I throw a couple punches and I drop the dude. And I jump on top of him. I try to work some stuff, and maybe at the time I should have let him up, because amateur rounds, they're only 2 minutes. Probably should have let him back up and knocked him out. But I was so like excited. I just dropped this guy. Fight's over, and I knew for a fact I won. I just dominated for all 3 rounds, and like pretty much 10-8'd them all 3 rounds. And so that was how my first fight went. I was super excited. Couldn't wait to get back out there again. And you think like the nerves go away. They don't. They stick with you every fight. You just get better at like controlling them. But yeah. That was my first fight.
And that's what I hear, dude. I mean, I couldn't imagine it's something so the fact that you remember that little detail of the mouthpiece, dude, is like the way that must feel of like, I'm not like, these people are looking at me like, what am I? I'm not prepared. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Just because of that one little thing. I couldn't imagine where your mind went there. And so when you said you dropped them, right? This was your very first actual fight? I'm sure you sparred and things before that, but dropping somebody in the cage like that, like, was that something that kind of helped you in the future from like opening up a little bit? Because I'll tell you this, dude, like, so I am 34 years old, and the first time I ever trained was with all you goons at the Forge in July when they first opened. That's the first time I ever walked into one. That was the scariest time of my life, just walking into there. Best thing I've ever done was walk into there, because it's changed my life. I'm part of a gym down here that has a bunch of different. I do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. But when I sparred for the first time doing Muay Thai, it's crazy, dude, because like the hardest thing for me to do was to punch somebody, and I didn't know that. I thought I punched this dude, and he went back and dropped to a knee, and I started apologizing. I'm like, dude, my bad. Like, I don't know where it came from, nothing. And my coach was like, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. But me, dude, I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I've been in tons of fights throughout my life. And in high school, I was the opposite of you. I was constantly fighting throughout high school. Thought I could fight, couldn't fight, obviously. But then growing up, it's like, I always thought I could punch somebody. And it's crazy that you put me in that situation, and it was the hardest thing for me to do was just punch. And I don't know if it was because I was sparring and I wasn't sure about how hard, and I
How
don't
hard
really
you can
know
hit your
how hard
teammate? Yeah.
I can. Like, I don't know what percentage I'm throwing punches at times, because have I thrown 100%? Not another person. I haven't yet. So that might have been my hesitancy. Honestly, was like, how hard am I throwing my punches? Um, but for you, when you dropped that dude, you got on top, I'm sure the confidence went up. And
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my first time. So it was my first time in a sanctioned fight.
right,
I didn't fight. Like I said, I didn't fight in high school outside of school, and like I've been in fights like outside the. Yeah, so it was my first time dropping somebody in a sanctioned fight, but I grew up fighting. It started with just like my family, not any like actual like physical fight, but my brother and my cousins, they're all bigger than me. Like my brother's 6'10".
Jesus Christ, dude.
And my cousins are older than him, so he's 6 years older than me. They're all older than him.
6'10", dude.
Yeah.
That's
The younger siblings, we
insane.
were the punching bag. So I got beat up by my brothers and cousins growing up. So when it was time for me to fight people my size, I was just like, this is easy.
Yeah, my brother's fucking 3 of you. That 6'10" is insane, dude. How tall are you?
Yeah. My brother's a giant.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1". Yeah, I know. He took all of it.
I mean, I wish I had some of mine, dude. My dad was 6'5". My brothers are all. My other brother was 6'4". My cousins are all 6 foot. And then I started doing drugs.
My cousins are all 6 foot. I got an uncle that's 7. My dad was 6'5". My brother's 6'10". I got the 6'1". I'm just above average. My little sister, she's 5'10", so she's above average for women. I'm just like, I couldn't get anything cool. I'm just barely past above average.
That's fucking crazy to feel short at 6'1". You go to a family party and you're feeling short.
I understand, like it's tall compared to like the average, the national average. But yeah, when I'm walking around and my everyone else in my family is just like on average already taller, and I'm just like, I'm just above it too. I'm just like, man, it's not fair.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. So, but I want to bring up another thing here with you said you grew up in a lot of fights and stuff, and this is something that I brought up to Chris and Kyle, because Parkwood is where I grew up. I grew up in that neighborhood. That was like my stomping ground, and and that's why I'm so grateful for that gym, because I do feel like there's going to be kids that were me and could have turned out. I'm not that I turned out bad, dude, but I made some stupid ass decisions with other people that were stupid. That most of them are dead, OD'd, jail sentences, shit like that. I got really lucky. Found my wife had a baby, and I got really lucky with finding that responsibility. But that gym, dude, if like that gym was there when I was younger, if not me, maybe some of the other dudes in that, I was walking around with, walk in there, dude, and they find this whole path of, a different lifestyle. So I'm grateful for them putting that into, and I know they are from there now, but I'm just grateful for that for the neighborhood. Like, I think it's awesome. Do you think that fighting had a similar impact on you, like finding that gym?
Absolutely.
Keeping you out of trouble?
I strongly believe that the discipline that comes with training in like traditional martial arts, like, did a lot. And I feel like it's something that everyone should have done as like growing up.
I agree.
Just to establish that. I feel as though everyone should learn how to defend themselves in general. Because like it's a dog eat dog world, and you can't pick when bad people want to do bad things. But I just feel like everyone should pick up a martial art and learn how to defend yourself, but also the discipline that comes with it is just, you need it.
I think it's the most important piece.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, it's like when I said I walked into that forge, man, CJ's the one that brought me. He was working with me at the time, and he's like, come in, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll come in. And I don't know what it was. And then I brought my kids. So I was there in July. My kids were all up there. Now my kids are all, that's where they're at right now. They're at Muay Thai. Without that gym, I don't find that. And my kids are so much more confident now. It's absolutely insane. Yeah. I didn't realize how much I didn't realize that how much it would change my life. You know, I thought I was okay. I was doing pretty good with my career mentally. I thought I was there, dude, and this just took it to another level that I was not expecting. So sometimes life just shows up, dude, and at the right time.
Yeah.
But the Forge, especially, I don't know what it is about that place, man. And just you guys have such a good camaraderie there that like it was so easy for me to kind of get in there and feel comfortable. Um, it wasn't like other
It's
gyms that
family
have.
based. I keep that. It's family based. I mean,
Yeah,
you got
man.
Chris and Kyle. They're brothers. They got a love for the sport. They came up together. They fought together. They bled together. Like, and then you got people that come in and train with them and go through it all together. Like, it's you can't really like have a successful gym without that. You can have a good gym. You can have a lot of great guys, but like the only the strong survive in like gyms like without that without that like family, like you can't have a gym where anybody can come train. Like anybody can show up to the forge and then become good because like we will accept whoever and train whoever. We just act in the same, just put in the work while you're here.
Yeah.
You got that
Yeah.
gym where it's just like we don't care about anybody. Like, yeah, you got a lot of good guys. So like, and those type of gyms, only the strong survive. But like, what about the people that just like that need somewhere to go? And like every other gym is 2 hours away from them. Like you just turn people away because the family aspect not there. They don't care about those people.
Yeah, and that's the gym I go to now is more of a. It's not built for fighters or anything, which is fine. The Muay Thai coach I got is very strict and extremely disciplined, which is why I started to do that just because of him. And for me, dude, I'm 30 something years old. I'm not looking to be a pro fighter. I do want to fight. I just want to do it once. I say that until it happens once, and then my addictive personality kicks in,
Then you want another one.
and I'm going to keep wanting to go. But I just need to do it once because it's one of them things where I don't want to know in the back of my mind saying I shoulda, coulda, woulda. I will do it at least once. But when I come down to the Forge, I train with you guys, and I'm hoping that next time I'm ready, I'm going to probably get in there for some sparring on Saturday and just get my ass kicked for a little bit.
That's okay.
But it'll be fun. But you mentioned Joe Pfeiffer and Chris and Kyle, so you've trained under some pretty big names throughout your
Yeah, I think
entire career.
as far as like Philly MMA goes, I've been in the gym with all of them except for Paul Felder, and like the OGs.
Yeah.
But like as far as obviously Chris and Kyle, I've trained with Basil. I've trained with Joe. Like I said, I've trained in not personally with Pat Sabatini, but we've been in the same room together. I'm cool with him. Oh, I haven't trained with Brady, Sean. So, but like for the most part, Philly MMA, I've trained with just about everybody.
And I think I feel like they all have each other's backs too. Like they're all very
it's Philly versus everybody. Like different gyms and everything, but like as far as like Philly wanting to like be number one, it's Philly versus everybody.
And it's happening. Yeah. It's happening right now. So I want to get into the most recent fight that you had, dude, because before I started really recording, I did mention something to you that I want to bring up again because of a comment you made. But so I watched. There was 4 of you guys. It was the kid Steven, Brandon, Isaiah, and you all fought that same card at Art of War, and watching you guys all go in there and not just you guys, but every single fight. What I saw, you walking in and Brandon walking in, and when that cage closed, you guys had this composure that was like, I'm home. And you looked comfortable. You didn't look scrambled. You didn't look like you looked like you knew what you were about to do. And you just kind of were in the moment. Now you mentioned to me, you said, well, I look at Brandon and I'm like, yeah, that dude hasn't been training as even nearly as long as me. And I want to be where he is. Now, from outside looking in, I think we all kind of can say that in anything because we don't know what the fuck is going through anybody else's head. Right. So when I'm
Yeah.
watching you, I have no idea if panic, like, so what I'm saying when I see you, I don't see what is going on. Like, you
Right.
can't
The
see
show.
that.
Yeah.
It looks, you and Brandon looked very composed. And because you came out second to what was the dude's name that you fought? His name?
David Harrison.
David Harrington, in which I'd seen after the fight he took on 2 weeks' notice. From what I
Yeah, my original opponent was Ali Omar, and he just decided not to turn him. Like, he didn't get injured. He didn't. There wasn't anything like messed up. Like, he just didn't turn in his medicals.
Somebody came up to him and said, "Yo, dude, I seen your Wild Mike running down the boulevard yesterday, dude." And
Probably, man.
instead of getting in there, he said,
Yeah.
"Fuck," he said, "Fuck this." But so that dude walks out, and I mean, he's fucking shredded, dude. I mean,
Dude,
he's grin.
he walked out looking like he was on everything in the book. It's like straight Terminator.
I don't know how I don't know how that's natural, but he was fucking shredded, dude. I don't think he had an ounce of fat on that man.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him, and he just looked, he was looking good. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Then you walk out, dude, and it didn't seem to bother you at all. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen him before. I obviously haven't.
Only at the weigh-ins. I've never seen him before.
So seeing that, and I know from watching fights, but you were a very great example of that doesn't fucking matter, obviously. How ripped you are, or any of that really doesn't matter in a fight. Anything can happen. But the composure you kept in there, because you guys, there was moments where it looked like he was trying to take your head off, and you weren't. I don't want to say phased by it, but you were not playing into his fight, and you were just waiting for that moment. And when you did, you capitalized. So for me, I seen that I'm home. This is where I'm supposed to be, and you, I guess, see more of that in Brandon. But what is it that since you mentioned that, like, what is it? Why do you think that you didn't feel as home as Brandon? Like, what is it that you feel like you were missing?
I'm not sure. I just know that when I look at him when he's in there, obviously, like you said, we don't really know what's going on in each other's head, but just off of how he shows on his face, I look at him and like the way he's composed inside the cage, and I'm just like, dang, like I wish I had that cool, calm, and collected like that he has. But yeah, it's a weird feeling being in there because a lot of stuff goes through your head. Like, I'm in the back, and I was talking to Isaiah and everything, and he was just like, "You nervous?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, I could talk to my team about it, and like after the fight, I could talk about it freely. It really does bother me. Like, before the fight, like before weigh-ins actually, and then I got to see him at weigh-ins, but it only made the thought like I'm going to get knocked out. Like, I felt, I was like, yo, he looks like he's going to take my head off inside this cage, and he's going to stand over top of me, and they're going to say winner by knockout. And I was just like, I don't want that to happen. But we're fighters, and we're, the contract signed, the fight to go. I'm many things, but scary's not one of them. So like I can say something and be like nervous of it, but like I'll walk into the fire every time.
And you could see it, and he did it willingly. Because I think that anybody that says they're not like scared or nervous of things, one, they're probably lying, but two, I tell my son all the time, like, dude, it's all right to be scared, dude. It's not okay not to be brave. So pretend. If you pretend to be brave right now, you're being brave. You just got to walk in, you got to do it. And once you do it, you'll see that it actually wasn't as bad as the whole story that played in your head. Like, you just painted a whole story. That's the shit running through your head. You're painting this fucking horror story. And, that's how you feel like it's going to play out. And you think it's going to have this feeling, and that feeling doesn't really come. And obviously the physical outcome didn't happen, because you definitely won that one. And he was very surprised. You could see it on his face that he was surprised.
I used to have a Bruce Lee shirt that said "Fear is for others," and I have no idea where that shirt went. And I wish I could find it, but also a quote from Will Smith, the movie After Earth, where he's talking to his son Jay, and he was just like, don't misunderstand, like, don't misunderstand me. Like, danger is very real, but fear is not real. Like fear is something that you make up in your mind. The danger that is there is real. So I was like, the danger of him knocking me out was obviously a possibility, but the fear of him knocking me out, that was something I made up in my mind. So obviously I go in there and I understand the danger. And like you said, don't play into his game. If I don't play into the game, then I take away that danger, and the fear of me going to sleep is just like not a thing anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that you two both have in common. You have faith in something above you guys, and when you do have that, I think that's something that you know you can really lean on, because that takes away the fear, knowing that something above you is, and something bigger than you has your back.
Yeah.
And then all four of you guys just being there together and having each other's back. But I asked Lex this, I asked Chris this, like, what is that moment like when you like the days leading up to it, right? So I know you mentioned a little bit the fear there, but like, how do you get yourself from that I'm getting knocked out to like I'm walking out? Is there something that you do to help yourself kind of ease your mind? Is there anything that you do specifically, or you just kind of let it roll and whatever happens happens?
I pretty much just let it play out. I have, if there's anything out there secret to help that, like ease that feeling, I haven't found it yet. I go out there, I make the walk. Even like during the walk, there's sometimes where I'm like, I hope I slip on a banana peel, like, yeah. But so like when I get into the cage, I get announced. The ref goes, "Fighter, are you ready? Fighter, are you ready?" And like the moment that dude takes a step towards me, that's where it clicks, and I'm just like, he's trying to hurt me, and I'm like, I'm gonna get you first. And
I
so
like it.
yeah, that's pretty much where it clicks for me once the fight starts. Up in before the fight, I'm still just as nervous. Even inside the cage, like obviously we're nervous. Like this is, I'm in there with the dude ready to knock my head off, but something about the fight starting, like the ref clapping, and like the fight starts, we like move in on each other, and just like, oh, we're here now, and it's just like, may the best man win at this point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just awesome to watch, man. It's the first time I got to watch all four of yous actually fight, which was awesome. So when you how many one you're pro now, correct? Are you
Yes.
pro? How long have you been pro, and what is kind of the goal for you? Is there something you're reaching for?
So I made my pro debut in 2023, and my goal is to be known as a great striker, like a household name striker, like the Wonder Boy MVP, like those guys. Like I want to be known as a great striker, then to make as much money as possible while doing it. Have fun, make money while doing it, and by the time I like hang up the gloves, everyone is like, if you think of the best strikers to compete, like I'm one of those names.
Okay, I like it. And then so from to be known as that striker, is there any I guess the one thing I want to go back to, because this is something that confuses the shit out of me, and especially you know, since meeting you guys and getting really close with Lex, the money thing and fighting, dude. The money is like it's there, it's not there. How do you make, like, what is, like, do you have a way of, do you have goals? Do you have different ways of you making money? Do you get sponsorships? Do you search sponsorships? Are these fights paying well, or the ticket sales paying? Like, how does that?
So sponsorships is one way. Ticket sales is another way to make something. Promotions, obviously, smaller promotions pay less than bigger promotions. So it really all depends. The best way I know to make money in this sport is to be entertaining.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, not that I personally try. It's just my fighting style. Like I knock people out. I go out there and I battle it out, even if I can't get the knockout, but it's going to be a good fight. I've just been told a Wild Mike fight is an entertaining fight. So luckily, I had that on my side already. It's not something I was aiming for.
No, it was definitely entertaining. Did you get knocked out of the night there?
Yeah,
You did get it. I didn't
yeah.
watch the end with the. I didn't know if they even streamed that part, but I definitely think you deserved that 100%. Who got fight of the night? You know,
It was one of the amateur fights
what is that?
early on. I think it was like the second fight of the night.
Okay, yeah. The There was one that was pretty quick, but they were going kind of back and forth. Most of them were one way. That's the other thing. That's the first time I've seen anything kind of one. BKFC is typically one way. You get lucky, you get to see a fight that both guys can take a punch. UFC that goes both ways, and sometimes you can't really see because they're both the best of the best.
Right.
And at your level of fighting, do you see that a lot of the fights are kind of one way from the beginning, or is that something that just that happened during those fights that I saw?
Yeah, sometimes it just happens that way because I've been to fights where every fight on the card is just like back and forth. Like it's not really any one person that just like dominates, but sometimes you get that.
Yeah, it just depends on the card.
Yeah, it really just depends on the card and it depends on the people that's fighting. Like styles make fights, and you can have two people fight, and it looks like they're going back and forth, and you can have those two same people battle somebody different, and they get dominated or they completely dominated. Like styles just make fights.
Now, I'm gonna go right here with it, dude. Tell me, what is it that gave you the name Wild Mike? Who gave it to you? How was it made? And I mean, I need to hear it.
So I'm not sure if it started off as wanting to be a nickname. It started off with just me being called Wild for the stuff I did. Like I remember, I believe the first time I started getting called Wild was because of a video I posted with me on top of the roof of a car when my friend was driving down the freeway, and so
On the freeway?
Yeah, it was late at night. It was no cars out. I'm hanging out the sunroof. My friend's driving down the street, so I got called Wild for that. After I got back into the gym, my friend Eugene Aubrey was the first person to call me Wild, and then more videos and more videos of me doing dumber and dumber things that probably could have landed me in jail a couple of times. Like I got a video of, again, it's something about me hanging off the roof of a car. so me hanging off the roof of a sunroof, and I recorded myself, and you can see the cop lights behind me.
Oh my god!
There was times.
Did they pull you over?
They didn't catch us.
Oh, okay. We'll stay there,
right? Yeah. So there was times where me and my friends, 3 a.m, jumping the gate at rec centers to go get in the pool. There was the first time the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I was running from a cop for reasons I think I shouldn't explain, but yeah, I had to run away from cops at the Super Bowl parade right after they won on Broad Street. And so and then Eugene was there for that one. So with all this stuff happening and me going to the gym and posting about it stupidly, I got called Wild, and they were like, "Yo, you're a wild man. You're a wild man." And they were like, "Yo, you're Wild Mike now." So I remember getting ready for my first fight, and they were like, "I know it's your first fight, but like, do you have a nickname already?" And I was just like, "Wild Mike," and it stuck ever since. Yeah, so it had nothing to do with fighting. It came from like a lot of the dumb stuff I did outside of the cage, like a lot of the reckless, dumb stuff I did growing up.
I like that, dude. I like the it's kind of natural, you know.
Yeah.
I like it, dude. And I mean, me growing up, dude, I've done the same shit. CJ's probably done even dumber shit than that.
Oh my God, CJ's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, dude, he's a nut job. He's a nut job.
CJ probably deserves the nickname Wild way more than I do.
Well, how long have you known him?
I've known CJ for a few years now.
A few years. So you've known him since he got sober as well.
Yeah.
So CJ used to be like obviously the height, but he was a tiny, scrawny little dude. His growing up our whole life, dude. Like he
really.
Ask to see a picture of him when he was younger, dude. It's fucking insane. He doesn't look like the same.
Picture him as like super
Nope, not always him, dude. Not always, not even close. He was a little scrawny dude from Morrell Park. Always just getting into stupid shit. I've known CJ for a long time, since freshman year of high school.
Okay.
So I've known him for a long time. We both kind of went our separate paths. I chose different drugs of choice than he did, and then we kind of through recovery, kind of linked back up, which is crazy how how that works, but
Yeah.
it's definitely healthy. So at the so you grew up West Philly, single mom, and got into fighting. That kept you out of a lot of trouble, even though you were still doing stupid shit, hanging out with cars.
Yeah. Can't. Yeah.
Outside of fighting, dude. Outside of fighting, what do you do? What's your hobbies? What is it that Wild Mike likes to? You're not still hanging out with cars, are you? You got a kid.
Nah.
We're done with that. Yeah. Outside of that, like,
I'm done.
is there anything else that like Wild Mike likes to do to find that peace of mind? Is there anything that you find like?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned faith and at your fight and Jesus, if I'm not mistaken. Is that something that you're strong? Like, what is it that kind of holds all that together, dude? Because I feel like fighting is very important, but I feel like there's other pieces that have to fall into place in order to keep that lifestyle kind of together.
Realistically, I didn't have much. So obviously the wild persona was like, well, not even a persona. That's just really who I was.
Right.
But that he was a extrovert. He was outside. He was partying. He was doing a bunch of wild, stupid stuff. Late, I've become more introverted. I like being in the house. I like playing my game. I like just chilling. If I'm not at work, if I'm not at the gym, I'm okay with being home. Maybe every now and then I'll hang out with my friends and like we're just pretty much just probably just chilling on the steps talking, like busting up, cracking jokes, or maybe we'll go sit at a bar for a second and watch a game and then leave. But even then, that one's more rare than us just hanging out. So now we just probably just hang out and play the game, really. So that's a lot of it. I just chill now.
What game are you playing, dude?
Well, recently I just downloaded 007. It just came out, 007 First Light, but it's a good game. Yeah.
So you're a gamer now.
Oh no. I've always been a gamer.
You've always been a gamer.
Yeah. I've been a gamer since I was a kid. My family used to have to tell me to unplug myself because I used to sit in front of the TV and just play the game all the time.
Yeah, that's all my kids do. They have to be timed because it's insane how long they can sit there and just play these damn video games.
Yeah, what? You set me down as a kid and let's go MW3. Let's go to MW3 days. You give me my Xbox, a controller, some batteries, some snacks, and MW3. Good luck. Good luck everything. Good luck watching TV. Yeah. I can be on all day. You'll go to sleep, wake up, and find me still playing the game.
See, dude, I played games, dude, but I was never into it. And you know, the one thing when I was at I used to work at a bank, and this kid came in, dude, and he came in. He had like 2 monsters on him, and he sat down, and I was like, "Dude, you look tired, dude." And he's like, "Yeah, I've been up for 3 days playing video games." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, he's like, I stream." I was like, "You stream?" I was like, and people just like watch. This was like in the beginning of that. I was like, "People just watch you?" He's like, "Yeah, it's how I make money. That's how I get. That's my job." And I was like, "You stay up for 3 days, you play videos, and people just watch you play." And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why don't they just play themselves? I don't understand." He's like, he's like, "Do you like football?" I was like, "Yeah." So you watch the Eagles? I was like, "Yeah." So why don't you just go play?
Why don't you go play football? Yeah.
I was like, "Damn." That was the first time I was like,
I watch gameplay too. So I used to watch gameplay as a kid, even when I was playing the games. So like, and you know what I really like am upset about, because I grew up during a time where that wasn't an option. If I ever told my mom I wanted to be a streamer and like play video games all day, she would have beat my ass.
Yep.
Like she probably would have threw my Xbox outside and like, no more games if you think that that's going to be something that you're going to be able to do. And now look, there's people making millions playing video games all day. And I'm like, Mom, I was good. I was so good at. Now look, now you got to come to my fights and watch me get punched in the face. Instead, you could have just let me sit on the couch play the game.
Or you take that, and you take your other love and you put them together, dude. There's that's a whole thing nowadays. I mean, you got what the fuck's his name? T-Pain.
Oh yeah,
that dude. That's all he just streams all day. I think all day.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just video games, but a lot of people are taking fame from other places and kind of moving it into that Twitch.
You also have T Grizzly, who is making so much money monthly off of a GTA server,
Right.
Grizzly World or something like that, and like it's people that pay to be a part of the GTA IRL server where you use your character you're pretty much playing real life in a video game and paying to be there, and he just sits at home and ranking
Right.
the average 5 families' annual income from other people playing a game that he's not even a part of. He just made it and people join.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that would be lovely.
But dude, I mean, you start a Wild Mike Twitch, dude, and you get that going, get people to watch you. I mean, if you've been playing that long, you got to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you got to be pretty good.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty decent.
And you're entertaining. You have that. You have that piece. You're always upbeat. You're a very positive person. I've never seen a negative side of you, and maybe that's a good thing. But I
try to keep it down. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, hey, that's why I ask those questions, because I feel like I would never take you as I would never take you as a gamer.
Yeah, no, I'm a super gamer.
Yeah, I wouldn't see you had a 6'10" brother that plays basketball. You're a fighter. I just don't see where video games kind of mix in there. That still blows my mind. Your brother's fucking 6'10", dude. I don't think I've ever seen a person that's 6'10" in my life. Like in person.
I remember he came to the gym one time and everybody's just like, "What the fuck? Who the hell is this guy?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's my brother. And it's like, bro, no fucking way. I'm like, yeah, it's my blood brother.
Yeah, I mean, I like to meet him just for the fact of like that's probably how you met my wife at Lex's wedding, and that's probably how she sees like every other human being as we go out. But dude, look, I think I appreciate you coming on, dude. I think I think you got a good future, and you stick with it. You got a bunch of good guys there. And the last thing I want to ask you, because I'm going to I actually have all 4 of you guys lined up before Sunday, so I want to hear I want your opinion for Sunday for your boy Kyle and Bo. There's a lot of hate going on. I would say it's kind of switching a little bit to like some people hyping up and saying why he's on there. But when that card first rolled out, there was a lot of people saying, "Who the fuck is Kyle Dawkins? How the fuck did this dude, get on here?"
Find out Sunday. I mean, listen, man, people talk so much shit, and like being from Philly, we have this whole Philly's grown now, like the sports world, but we had this whole thing of just being the underdog, so much so that we took the title and just we're going to run with it. We're the underdogs. Keep making us the underdogs, and we're going to keep showing you why we shouldn't be. But we don't want you to switch. We want to remain the underdog. So that's just I don't know. That's just how the rest of the sporting world sees Philly. So yeah, so people gave Kyle shit and just for what? He made it to the UFC, had some fights, didn't really go his way. Some of them got cut. Dominated back in the regional scene and showed hey, look, slipped up here, but I definitely don't belong here. Went back to the UFC on you got a random phone call, yo, come to China. Knocks a dude out in China and just I told you guys I fucking belong here. Another fight. Drops him, subs him. And now we're he was about to fight Luke, and then they're actually you're fighting at the White House against Bo Nickel, and now about to shut Bo's lights out. Whichever which way that Kyle wants to get the job done, he gets the job done. So
he's gonna get the job done though.
Yeah, we're gonna run with it. That's the Philly. It's Philly versus everybody, like I already said.
I think when I asked Brandon, or when I congratulated Brandon on his win, dude, he's like, "Sorry, man, I don't get paid by the hour. I would have liked to fight a little bit longer." And I'm like,
all the time. My family's we paid for these tickets, right? And I was like, why do you? My question is, as my family and friends, why do you want me in the cage longer with someone?
The longer I'm in there, it's probably because I'm getting hit too. So don't you want it to kind of go quick?
Want me in there longer with some dude trying to knock my head off? You should be happy that I went out there and starched the dude in just a few minutes.
Yeah, yeah. I think the only reason I bring that up is I hope we get to see more than 30 seconds of Kyle. Just a little bit over 30 seconds, dude. Because the last 2 fights, I don't think he's fought for over a minute yet. in all together in the last 2 fucking fights. They were quick.
Yeah, what was the last one?
They were quick, dude. I
know his first one was like in a couple of seconds.
The other one might have went a little bit over the minute, but it was
but yeah. I mean,
once contact was, because they were kind of just going back and forth with just trying to find their reach and everything. But once it started, it was a wrap.
Kyle caught it with a check and his lights out. But yeah, I mean, if Bo goes out there and tries to test his hand at his boxing, he gets slept.
I don't think he will. I think he's going to try to wrestle, but
I hope he does, because a lot of people beforehand were saying Kyle doesn't have any power. I mean, the narrative has switched since, knocking somebody out and jobbing a dude. Kyle Douglas has power, but I'm hoping he tests that theory out, because I would love for that narrative to switch back to like, okay, yeah, this dude got power now.
Oh yeah, me too, dude.
Training with him, like I felt this, like obviously, like he was already at the higher level when I first started training with him, but like from going back regional to like now, like regional getting back to the UFC, I've seen the dynamic change, and it's just like, dude, like what the, like I think he's fucking grown 3 extra inches since I've known him. It's crazy. Like we used to be like neck and neck, and one day we're standing in the gym, he's just like, hey bro, did you shrink? And I'm like, no, I didn't. I look over at him and like he's like towering over. I'm like, no way. I'm like, no way you're that much taller than me. We used to look each other in the eye. So, but yeah.
Yeah, he's nasty, dude. I think he can win any way that he chooses in that fight. Yeah. And I think whatever they bring him, he's gonna be ready. I'm excited for it, dude. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for all you guys, dude. I think this is what I said to everybody I talked to down there, dude. Like I moved here about 5 years ago, and I moved to get away from that community, from not the fighting community, but from the relationships and the ties that I had since childhood, dude. It was like pulling me down. So get my kids out of there, out of the school district. And when I came back to last July, dude, and went to the Forge, it all changed. I look forward to coming back to Philly now, because I know I get to go and train with you guys.
Yeah, you got a positive place to be at.
It's a positive community, and my whole mentality has shifted from what's going on there. And I overheard Kyle saying in his last interview, like, it's Philly versus everybody, and like the culture in Philly. I think that they're going to look back, dude, and they're going to, him and Chris and Kyle and what you guys, all of you are now creating in that place, are creating a very positive culture within Philadelphia, which I think is fucking awesome.
I love that. Yeah.
And it's all of you guys. It's all of you. It's, they may have put the name on there, dude, but they give a lot of credit to you guys, and they allow you guys to be you guys. They don't. Yeah. I just feel like they're very. I don't know. I love what's going on over there, and what you got to do. CJ wants to fight, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we've been talking about it.
Tell his ass to do it, dude. Tell him to stop bitching.
No. He's going to do it. Yeah, he's going to do it.
I can't wait to see it, dude.
I can't. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see CJ. Bro, I can't. I'm scared for whoever he fights. CJ's strong as fuck, man.
He's so strong, dude. He is so strong, dude. And he's been doing it a very long time, and I think he's finally finding that balance to where he can actually train like he wants to. So I'm excited for him too. And yeah, brother, is there anything else that you want to, anything else at all you'd like to share on here? Or?
Man, shout out to Forge MMA. Shout out to all the guys that I just got done fighting with. Shout out to the entire team. I love you guys, and Forge on top of the world, man.
That's right, brother. That's right, man. I appreciate your time tonight, dude. And I'll get these posted. I'm going to try to actually post all of them before Sunday. So I have you, Isaiah, Brandon, and the kid Steven, who I know just very little compared to all you guys. But I'm going to try to get them all posted together and get them all released, dude. So I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate your time. And keep it up, man. Keep it up.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.